Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to descale the K Mini Plus. This holds true for the K Mini also. The K Mini Plus just has a removable reservoir and a strong brew setting. But if you buy the Keurig descaling solution, you may wonder, well, I looked forever for the directions. But if you see, there's a little thing that says peel here, and when you peel, it reveals all the directions. And so for the K Mini and the K Mini Plus brewer, it's right here. It says we're going to turn on the brewer. We're going to pour 1/3, 4.6 ounces of the descaling solution into the water reservoir and add fresh water to the max line. Place a large mug, lift the handle, do a brew. Then it says we're going to repeat the process, and then we're going to power it off as soon as the descaling solution starts to brew. So this is going to be kind of tricky. Then we're going to let it stand for 30 minutes. And then we're going to do a bunch of fresh water rinses. So depending on how hard of water you have, so do you have a bunch of calcium buildup on your shower head, then you probably have hard water. Like if you have a bunch of white stuff up on top of your shower head, then you need to do this probably every 3 months. But if you don't have very hard water, every 6 months would be fine. So here we have the Keurig, like I said, the K Mini Plus. This holds true for the K Mini also. But the first thing we're going to do is make sure we don't have a Keurig or K-cup in here. Sometimes you'll leave one in here. Make sure this is all open, and we're just going to close it. And now we got the water reservoir here. Now again, on the K Mini Plus, this is removable. On the other one, it's not. So we're just going to put the water reservoir in. We got to put the solution in this water reservoir. So the instructions said to pour 4.6 ounces. Well, that's a little hard to tell. But I've got this thing here, so we're going to do, almost 5 ounces. Here I've got the 4.6 ounces. We're going to pour it in the water reservoir. This is the descaling solution. And I just want you to see that comes up almost to the 6. And now we're going to fill it up to the 12, the max line, which is fresh water. Okay, so I put up to the 6 mark almost 4.7 ounces of the descaling solution. Then I filled the rest up with water. Now we can close this. So again, if it's powered off, make sure you power it on. We got to lift the handle. Even though we're not putting a K-cup in, we still have to lift the handle to activate it. So I've got my solution and water in. I've lifted the handle. I'm just going to do a brew. And again, we're going to brew this one all the way through. We're not going to stop it. Okay, so it sucked down all the solution. And now it's heating up that descale solution. It's going to heat it up, and then it's going to brew it out. Then we're going to repeat this process, but then we're going to stop it halfway through. Okay, so it's brewing that fresh water and descaling solution. We're going to let this brew all the way through. This takes about 2 minutes. Okay, so it brewed all that solution through. Now we're just going to dump this out, and we're going to put some more solution in. Okay, so again, I'm just going to kind of judge it. Remember we said 4.7 ounces is just below the 6. So right about there. That's the descaling solution I've got in. Now I rinsed this out. This is fresh water. This isn't the water I brewed. So now I'm going to put fresh water in up to the max line. Okay, so I poured water up to the max line. Okay. I'm going to close the lid. Now this is the part that gets a little tricky. What they want you to do is, so I've got my water and descaling solution back here. I'm going to lift the handle, make sure there's no K-cup in there again, put it down. I got my power on. I'm going to hit this brew button. Now I'm going to watch. It's going to suck down all that descaling solution and water. They want me to hit this power button when it starts to shoot the water out into the cup. And that'll stop the whole process. So we're gonna let it suck the water down first. Okay. So it filled that tank. So there's a tank inside here with the heating element. It's filled that tank up. It's going to now heat that tank. Once it gets to a certain temperature, then it's going to shoot it out through the K-cup. And when it starts shooting it out, we're going to hit the power button and turn it off. We're going to let it sit for 30 minutes. What that's going to do is that's going to let that heating element soak with that descaling solution and kind of clean it. So if your coffee maker's been taking a while to brew, or if the temperature has not been hot, that's going to help. This is going to help fix that problem. And we got to wait about 1.5 minutes. It sounds like it's not doing anything, but it is. It's heating that water. Okay, so it started to shoot the water out. We're going to hit the power button. Okay, so now, see, it didn't finish the brew. It just brewed a little bit. I could have been a little quicker. I turned the power off, and we want to let this sit for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we're going to come back and turn that power button on. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. What I've got to do is I've got to power the unit on. It's not going to start to do anything. Then I've got to lift the handle, make sure no K-cup in there, put it back down, and hit the brew button. Now it's going to finish brewing that water. It may have to heat it up again and then brew it out, but now it's brewing out that water. I didn't add any more water. I didn't do anything. All I did was after 30 minutes, turn power back on and press the brew button. And now you may get some white flakes in here or some stuff from that descaling, the heating element. Then I'm going to discard this solution, and then we're going to fill this up with fresh water. And we're going to run 3 to 4 fresh water max through the machine. Okay, so I dumped that out. I don't need the descaling solution. We're all done. We used about half of it, not quite half of it. Now I'm going to come over here. This is fresh water. I'm going to fill it up to the max line. I'm going to do this 3 times, 3 to 4 times. There we go. I'm going to lift the handle to activate it. I'm going to press the button. It's going to suck down that fresh water. It's going to just clean out that descaling solution. So start to finish, this takes about an hour. But you can do some things in the meantime, but it takes about an hour to descale your Keurig K-Mini Plus. So check out my other videos. I did a detailed review on how to use K-Cups, how to make a cup of coffee. I'm going to do another video on how to use a reusable K-Cup. If you got any questions on how I did this, leave them in the comments. I check my comments on a daily basis. I hope this video helps. My intention on my videos, I just want to help others. And thanks everybody for watching. I just surpassed the 2,000 subscriber mark. It was just so exciting. Thank you everyone for your support. And thanks everyone for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.